Hi, my name is Brooke Littman,
And I'm Dr. Deb Littman,
and this is Wine Together.
a podcast where we drink some wine and have a chat. Because we drink wine like regular people, with food, opinions, and absolutely zero pressure to sound fancy.
So sit back, relax, and get that corkscrew ready.
Was that better for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, Brooke, another Chilean wine.
Yep.
Let's see. Was our other Chilean? Yes, it was a red wine.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is called Carménère. I think Carménère is, obviously, I'm not going to speak it perfectly. And I certainly don't have a beautiful Spanish accent or Latin accent. It's not really a Latin country. Is Chile Latin?
Yeah,
It is
because
a Latin country.
yeah.
So anyway, I don't have that wonderful accent to say the name well, but I will. I just want to talk about, what do you think of the one? Let's go ahead and
Okay.
everybody. If you happen to see the Instagram post and you saw the Carmenera and you bought a bottle, let's take a little sip together.
I definitely did not just blow on my wine.
Oh yeah, because it's
I
popping,
tend
right?
to do that. I do that with all my drinks now. Like when everything, even if it's not warm, I just out of habit I blow on it first.
Well, it did get cold here again, so we're drinking warm drinks again. Okay, so first sip. Okay, I mean obviously we've had the one because we had it with
Yep.
the food pairing, but what is your first thought? Your first sip.
Well, it's difficult because I did just have a Guinness, so it kind of. But actually,
Guinness.
no, it tastes really good.
Okay.
Like after having, because it's like kind of oaky,
Yes.
and like Guinness is obviously like that dark
Yeah.
lager.
Yeah, and it's so funny because the other day when we had it, I didn't get an oaky. I still haven't yet. I'll probably get it on the second sip.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get that. But my very first sip, yeah, it's such dark, like cherries, black currants, dark fruit, dark berries, and that definitely. My first thing, and I think the low tannins in it, because this is a low tannin red wine, so it's not going to leave that, for me, is like a dry feel over my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and it does, it kind of, you get the taste and it just kind of goes. And it doesn't like linger a lot. So, kind of a quick finish on the back of the tongue.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I will say it was
I'm
good.
so sorry. I'm a little bit giggly still, but I was just thinking about the last 3 weeks. I have accidentally matched my makeup to the like vibe of the wine.
Yeah. Well, people are going to think that's on purpose. You
It's
shouldn't have
really
told your-
not.
You shouldn't have told your secret that it
Yeah,
wasn't
but
on purpose.
it's funnier when it's not on purpose.
Well, it's funny because when I was walking through the door before we started to record, I thought, God, that sweater she's wearing is so perfect for the wine. So I really did have that thought, but didn't tell you. So yeah, that is.
Sorry.
But I did have the thought, I just didn't say it. So what we did with this one, because it's so young, this is vintage 2024. And by the way, we got this for like $4 francs. I mean, so so that would be what, $3.50 a bottle, something like that for you guys in the U.S. So we got this for like less than 4 francs, and when we, and that was one reason we chose to do this wine, to feature this wine, is because we're always looking for a good deal, and we thought, well, okay, we want to try this, and even though we just had one from Chile not too long ago, but I didn't know if you knew, this grape used to really only be grown in the Bordeaux region of France. Didn't know if you knew that.
Interesting.
But not so much now. Now it's in Chile, and so I think that it's really good. I know I was talking about low tannins. I think that's what I kind of got off track about that.
Yeah, sorry.
But no, it's okay. It kind of drinks. It is so drinkable. That this is one of those ones. I definitely finished the bottle. In fact, I think I finished the bottle. I don't know that you and Dad even had a second glass.
Did I not finish it?
Oh,
Or was that the other day? Like something else? I thought I finished it.
Oh, maybe you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were pouring out of the end of
We were doing it. We decanted it. Yeah. And so yeah, with it being such a young one, we thought we'd go ahead and decant, and so we also decanted today. And this is, it just really opens up this glass of wine to all the fruits in it. So I'm really tasting dark cherries. And I told y'all the other day, I said, "Do you taste the cherries?" And your dad was like, "I really do taste the cherries in it." And which I love cherries. So anyway, second sip. What do you think?
It's good. It kind of tastes like orange blossom. Not orange, like orange blossoms.
Oh, I feel that. I definitely feel that.
Or maybe like a honeysuckle.
Definitely. Oh yeah. I definitely taste that. It's really, really good. And I just will say, we kind of worked together on the food pairing. But you came up with some ideas on your own. Because you didn't come up with a specific recipe. You just came up with herbs.
Well, I did have a recipe.
That they said, yeah, but you changed it enough with the different herbs that you chose that we kind of loved onto the meat. And wow, it was excellent.
I did.
Your dad was like,
you can like rosemary if you really want to.
As long as it's not heavy. My issue with rosemary is we had gotten to where we were putting, every time we made potatoes here in Switzerland, there was too much rosemary going on the potatoes, and I got to where I was sick of rosemary, sick of smelling it, sick of eating it. And so I like rosemary, but I got just so tired of it. It was just too much because somebody finds something that they like and they just overdo it with it. And so, but I don't know. I like the soft structure of this one. Honestly, when we finished it the other night, I thought, I could easily drink this whole bottle of wine by myself. Easily. And unfortunately, a lot of times you and I will get the small bottles of wine, for like $1. Or, I'm sorry, for like a franc or a franc 25. And so, we'll get these little bottles, and we can easily get 3 pours out of it. And, like I said, for a franc 25, 3 pours of wine. And, but this one I can't find in the smaller bottles.
Yeah.
But for 4 francs.
Well, the other Chilean wine that we did, there's the small bottle of it.
Yeah, and it's really funny because it's what I call the medium-sized bottle.
Okay.
Right? Because, we got a couple of small bottles back here behind us. I don't know if you can see them on this show. Those are what I call the small bottles. Okay. But the terrace that she pointed out to me the other day, I was like, well, that's a medium size. That's not really a small bottle.
Yeah, but so when there's like those really big ones, I think of like the liter bottles of wine.
I do love a liter. And in fact, that Merlot right there comes in a liter. That one that's on the shelf comes in a liter for 2 francs. 2 francs, people, for a liter of table wine. That is so good. And yes, I will drink that liter when we open it. So, I don't know. I like, I think that it's so funny because what I'm learning as we kind of research these wines.
Oh my gosh, your microphone's not on.
It was on at one time. Though.
No, you did not turn it on today.
Turn it on. No, it's saying low battery off. Apologies. So anyway, what we're saying was about decanting the wine. I have learned that the younger the wine is, more often is when people will tell you, oh, you should decant that wine. But honestly, an older one, I've not, I think it's you can go either way if you like the look of it. But so many times an older wine, one that's kind of towards the end of its prime drinking age, you can decant or not decant because you're going to get the air anyway. But with these younger ones, I find that decanting definitely helps.
Do not spill wine on my computer.
I'm not going to spill wine.
Okay, it had gotten really high up there, and I was a little worried.
Anyway, but that's the whole point of the bulb, so that keeps it from going.
But if you do it too fast, it will still.
Okay. Anyway, we're going to have that argument right here live on the. So, but I like that this one is well, obviously I like that it's a red wine, but I like that it kind of just feels smooth and I'm going to call it easy to drink. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it is really smooth.
I will say, if anybody's listening that's kind of scared of red wine because it kind of gives you that dry or feel in your mouth, this is a safe one to try for that. I think that if you're kind of tannin shy I guess is the best way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Try this one. I think it's definitely a good introductory red wine to get you drinking red wines.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. But let's. We also need to get into what I'm going to say that Brooke prepared it. I had a few little ideas, but you, for the most part, you did.
Yeah, I did. I'm good at pork.
Yep. Oh my goodness! But we just got so lucky when we were looking for the food because we already had the inexpensive one, and then we were looking. Okay, well, we were going to do pork steaks. So, we kind of leaned back and forth. Are we doing lamb? Are we doing pork? We found these great. Pork steaks.
Yeah, because I was just expecting to look for any pork, and I was like, whatever, it says pork chops, but pork is pork, right?
Right, and we found these thick, kind of, honestly, they were as big as our hand steaks for like 9 francs.
Yeah, like
9 something. 9 something. So you might as well say 10 francs for 4 big pork steaks. They were so good. Oh my gosh. Because you made this honey mustard sauce. And we just kind of, because the recipe called for you to put everything on like one sheet pan, just stick in the oven.
Yeah.
That really is basically what we did.
We tried though.
We tried that, but we have 2 small ovens, and our sheet pans aren't that big. I mean, you can barely get, like, my sheet pan, this is like my cookie pan also at Christmas. So I can get a dozen cookies, small cookies, on this sheet pan, and that's it. You can't get more than that on it. So it's a small sheet pan, and so we were going to do it, but the pork steaks are so big that we couldn't really get anything else on the pan.
All 4 of them took up the whole space of the pan.
And so we had started the potatoes in the oven on the sheet pan, and then we were going to put the pork on it. We had seasoned the pork.
But the potatoes were done anyway.
And then, we realized that the potatoes are kind of done anyway. We don't have room on the sheet pan for the green beans and the potatoes and the pork like it was calling for. So we just put the potatoes in a small dish and kept it on low on the upper oven. And then cooked the pork and just steamed the green beans. So it still worked out perfect. It wasn't all done on one pan, but it was still so delicious. And it was so funny because we thought, 4 steaks. Somebody can have one the next day for lunch. No. We split the 4th steak into thirds, and we all had 1 1/3 steak. So, yes, it was so good, and it was so perfect with this one.
Yeah, I was glad I saw on the website that I looked it up on that mint and rosemary, because they actually said if you do lamb, put mint and rosemary on it, and I was like, I'm gonna put it on the pork.
Yes.
And because it was fresh, right? French mint, fresh rosemary.
Because our rosemary's coming.
On our balcony.
It's coming through on our balcony. We've got some fresh rosemary already. We have some fresh mint already. And our oregano's coming through, but we didn't use it. I could have used it today, though. But anyway. Oh. So, our oregano was coming through, and so we haven't cut any of that. But, we had fresh mint that we could use on the balcony. We had fresh rosemary. And we kind of clipped just teeny bits of that and put it on the pork steaks. And what a fabulous job you did.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised, like, when I put the soy sauce in the honey mustard sauce, you couldn't taste it.
No, I wasn't. But, the honey mustard sauce was, it was so good. I mean, it just, even having it the next day, it was just, it really worked.
Yeah.
The herbs just tied all this in it, but made it so fresh. And that's what I think that you were excited about, because you're like, oh my goodness, this came from my balcony. And absolutely, just, it was sweet, fresh herbs, like you said, and, it just kind of brought it all together. And, it was just kind of, I love it when the wine works so well with the food. And this, it really did work well with it. I thought it was excellent, So, but I like this one.
Yeah.
I would absolutely buy this again. Well, one, because, it's not expensive. But it's just one of those that I can see me out on the balcony with my lights on as the sun's going down, listening to my music or a podcast, probably a podcast, and just enjoying it. It's right now. Okay, we had what, 3 or 4 days of warm weather.
Yeah.
It's snowing again.
It was
So-
snowing. It's not anymore.
Yeah, we had
Now
a
it's
couple
just
of days
rain.
of snow. Yeah, so we had a couple of days of snow. So and it's still cold. I mean, it is so cold out there that our weekend plans are probably messed up.
Mhm.
But it's okay. It really is okay. So yeah, somebody was saying that the Carmenera has an herbal whisper, and I guess I wouldn't feel that way because when I think of herbal, I think of my tea and I think of kind of a medicine type smell.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think because, yeah. And so I don't get that from this, but
I can see
but
that from
definitely
the taste.
floral.
I can get the herbal from the taste, maybe
Okay.
not smell.
So yeah, so maybe maybe red wine is good for as a medicine. I know it's probably not. A doctor wouldn't like to hear me say that. Okay. Okay. So I want to say this because, and I guess I feel a little bit like I'm kind of repeating myself, but I just want to talk more about the pairing between the wine and the food.
Okay.
That it just, even though it wasn't, you didn't follow an exact recipe,
Mhm.
it's almost like an accidental perfection.
Mhm.
Like the sea dude. It was supposed to be named Sea Dog, but somebody misspelled D-O-O. And they were supposed to, so anyway.
What?
Yeah, that little like water ski thing, the sea dude that is big for two people, it was actually supposed to be named Sea Dog.
Okay.
And somebody misspelled it, and then now it says sea dude.
I've never heard of that, but okay.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Okay.
So this is, to me, this pairing is kind of like that. It was like a good accident. A good, yeah.
Mhm.
I thought you did a good
Yeah.
job with it.
I mean, this time I figured I didn't have to look up a Chilean recipe because, I mean, we already did one.
Right, and you knew what kind of meat, like you said, we were going to either do pork or lamb.
Yep.
We found some phenomenal pork steaks for very inexpensive, and so that's why we went with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it went with it. It went perfect.
Well, I mean, the recipe I found was a pork recipe. It wasn't like.
Yeah.
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 But, yeah.
I would definitely ask you to cook that for me again sometime. It was excellently prepared.
I mean, I like pork chops,
Yeah, I do too. I really do. I like the fat in pork better than like in beef or something like that.
Yeah.
Pork fat to me is good. And so, yeah, I think it was good. But I think your dad even mentioned the honey mustard sauce because it wasn't sweet. It called it a honey mustard sauce.
It's because I accidentally put too much Dijon in it.
But I thought it was awesome. I love that.
So this is
So
what
I'm
happens
okay
when
with
I
accidents.
don't use something that measures as a tablespoon and I just use a regular spoon because I never know how much. So I put two really big spoonfuls in there, and then I wasn't able to do the same for the honey or the mayo.
Oh, it had mayo in it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I had Duke's mayonnaise in it.
That sauce was so good.
That's why it was good. It had Duke's mayonnaise.
Yeah, because they had Duke's in it. But yeah, I can see that. It was. Honestly, in fact, you even said this. Ooh, we could put this sauce on Eggs Benedict instead of hollandaise.
Yeah.
And I think it could work.
You were so upset at me when I said that.
I am an Eggs Benedict snob.
Hollandaise.
I am a snob.
Hollandaise has honey mustard in it.
Well, it has Dijon mustard in it with some vinegar. It's not honey mustard.
Oh, I thought I had honey.
It's Dijon mustard, and it has like a white vinegar and the egg, and I don't know how it's made, but because I don't have to make it, because that's something somebody has to make for me. I will say when we were in London, I was a snob.
The Eggs Benedict are so good.
I had Eggs Benedict probably most days. I just took advantage of that being on the everyday breakfast menu. But yeah, that was awesome. Very good. So yeah, I'd like to go back there. Hotel 41. We'll just go ahead and put that plug in there. Anybody that's going to London, if you could stay at Hotel 41, tell them we said hello. They were so awesome to
Oh,
us.
yeah.
They really,
They want to have us back. They
you
can.
know, absolutely. We would come back in a second. You know, I found my cork from my birthday champagne the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to relive. Every time I see this in the nightstand drawer, I think, oh gosh, I relive that day. It was just so. It was those few days.
I can't get over that. The night before we left, I watched a football game. And then we went, and then we came back, and I was still able to watch the football game.
The same way?
Next one.
Oh, okay.
The last game of the women's Euros, that was amazing.
Yeah. Well, we had these dear friends that kind of took us along, you know, for a concert. You know, my dear friend wanted to go to a concert, and she asked, did I want to come along? And it was right around my birthday, and I was like, absolutely. And so I just want to thank her so much. It was so wonderful.
I got to go at the last minute.
Yes.
I asked if I could tag along.
Yeah, tag along, yeah.
London.
So, wow, it was just, you know, and I will say, the desk in the room, I felt like the Queen of England, sitting at that writing desk to do my journaling. It was just like, oh, I just feel so special. Such nice pens, and it just it was set up perfectly for writing. And I thought if I could just remember everything, but you know I have to share my desk here at home, so I can't set it up like that. But it was just set up so nicely, and I just thought I just love writing at this desk, and you know, so maybe one day I'll have my own writing desk that I don't have to share, but it's not right now. But anyway, off subject, but. You know, it was still wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And we'd love to share this wine with anybody. You know, spring is coming. I promise you it's eventually going to be really warm here. And I can sit out on my balcony. So in the next few weeks, I'm probably going to have to clean that balcony so I can do some of my, you know, sitting and sipping out there. So right now I have to sip on the couch and keep covered up with a blankie because it's still cold.
And it will
still
be
snow.
For like all next week. And then I think the week after that it's gonna start getting warm again.
Okay, so cold next week. You know, that's okay. We're gonna get through that. But I tell you what, this has been great. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, I'm good.
But we're gonna sign off and say we really hope you had some fun, and we hope you drank along. We really do. Let us know if you did.
Yeah. Please, people, leave comments.
Yeah,
Let
nice
us
comments.
know
Be
you
kind
wanna
because we're not going to be unkind to you, so please be kind to us.
Like
we know we're not perfect.
We want to know what we want to improve. We want to know what you want to hear. So please leave comments.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back next week with a new bottle of wine and a new food pairing. In the meantime, if you want to join the conversation, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Wine Together Pod. Join our Facebook group, Wine Together Podcast. And if you don't want to miss out on any regular weekly episodes or bonus episodes, you can find us wherever you find your podcasts, as well as liking, subscribing, and please commenting on our YouTube Wine Together Podcast.